Hey guys, welcome back to the Don McCord YouTube channel. The day has finally come where I need to change this windshield. I've been dreading it. It's a huge piece of glass. The glass, the rubber, and the two corner pieces of glass all came with the truck when I bought the truck. The big piece of glass is laying flat in the sleeper, and it's been that way ever since I bought the truck. I've been scared to move it. I really have been dreading this job, but it's time to do it. I watched James' video today where him and John were changing out the windshields in Truck X, and it inspired me to go ahead and get it done while I got a couple more days of really good weather. It's supposed to rain Saturday, today's Thursday. So let's get after it. Alright, so the first thing we gotta do is we gotta get these windshield wiper arms out of the way. And to do that, we've gotta pull them up a little bit like that. And then there's a tab over here you gotta pull. And then they just pop off like that. Now, when you're pulling your windshield wiper squirters hoses off, you have to be really, really careful with these because these are made out of plastic and they get really, really brittle over time. Purples are broken. I kind of got a couple more off of Garrett's truck when I went down there and got spare parts, but they're not perfect either. So I'm always looking for those.
3.
Alright, so I got the windshield wiper arms off. No mishaps, didn't break any of the nozzles. So next thing is you gotta pull this rubber lock seal out. And you just take a pair of pliers and
What me shot, Mommy? What me shot?
grab it and pull.
What me shot? Daddy, that is good. Daddy.
Try not to break it because sometimes you might need to reuse it. As you can see, this one's been in multiple pieces. Usually you try to put them in all as one piece, but sometimes, you gotta do what you gotta do, which it looks like that's what they did here. Alright, so that's the bottom one. And what that allows it to do is you can start pulling the windshield out. I'm gonna grab my step ladder and I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna pull the top one out and I'll get back to you. Alright, so now I gotta pull the one out of the top.
Hey, Mommy, walk. Me back, happy.
Silicone and stuff that they put up here over the years trying to keep it from leaking.
Daddy.
So on these Peterbilt, this is really common for this roof cap to rust out completely. And all around the windshield frame, which you can see is starting to bubble rust through the paint. Hopefully it's not in bad shape and I won't have to do any repairs there. But yeah, so that's how you unlock the windshield. Now I've got to take these bars off of either side. And honestly, I'm thinking this windshield is not going to be very bad because it ends here and then it curves immediately. So I'm thinking if you have these out, you can just slide the glass in all the way from one side to the other, instead of having to work it in from top to bottom or whatever. So that's what I'm going to try to do, but we'll see how it goes. And I'll come back to you in a few minutes whenever I get the corner pieces out. Kind of, as I expected, it looks like this piece is not going to cooperate. It's supposed to have these machine head bolts in it, but obviously something's happened in the past and they either stuck a stud through and then put a nut on the end or did something, so I'll probably end up having to cut this off and figure out something else for that piece of metal, a piece of aluminum to secure back in there. No big deal. That's old trucks. You gotta work around what you got and do what you gotta do.
Daddy, where I beat it.
Alright, so I got this. Got the top screw up. This is still plaguing me a little bit, but I'll figure something out for that once I get the windshield out of the way and the rubber out of the way and can see what needs to be done there. I have a feeling that the metal's probably rusted out right there, and there's a bolt on the back side and a bolt on the front side, like they used a piece of all thread. So underneath this is another rubber seal that goes in here. You know, come around here, baby. To fill this gap. I need to look at the window rubbers that I have and see if this piece came with it. I don't believe it does. So I'm gonna have to take really good care of these. They're not in the greatest shape, but they are still reusable. And then I could probably put some black Permatex in there to fill the gap where this isn't gonna fill anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on pulling it apart and I'll get back with you. Alright guys, so I found the root of why the windshield broke in the first place. So, as you can see, we got holes that go all the way through. If you look through here, you can see all the way inside the truck. So, yeah, my guess is the windshield is too far over to the passenger side, because as you can see, these two pieces of glass have been rubbing against each other, and it's been chipping out the main windshield as the truck flexes and moves. So I'll pass the phone back to my wife and I'm gonna start pulling this out of here. So I got my gloves on, I've got sunglasses on, but at least it's better than nothing. I definitely don't want a piece of glass. It did not, but as you can see, it's already broken, so no big loss. That one on the other side is not broken, so I want to be really careful with pulling it out. That way it can be saved and passed on to the new owner whenever he buys the truck. Because I imagine this stuff is not easy to find. See it right there. And as far as getting the main piece out, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna get my suction cups, and then I'll get them on there so that way I can grab it, kind of maneuver it. I'm going to test the theory of being able to slide it out one way. And if I can slide the old windshield out one way, then I know I can slide the new windshield in the other way. So I'm going to try that. But I'll get my suction cups and then I'll come back. Alright guys, so basically turns out this windshield is not flat anymore. It's probably bowed or, you know, warped a little bit from years. 42 years. So I'm gonna have to manhandle it to get it out. I'm gonna try to do it without getting glass everywhere since we got kids and they like to run around the driveway. So I'm gonna just try to work this along. It might not work. It might be waste of time. I mean, the easy thing would be just to take a razor blade and cut the bottom part of, or the top part of the seal out of the bottom here. And then it would,
This is tight.
I'd be able to just pull the windshield straight out.
Ow! Ow!
But generally, I really like to prefer to use the old windshield rubber as long as it still has some rubber elasticity to it. Because new windshield rubbers are a pain in the butt. They're a pain in the butt to get stay in place.
Mama, what do you say? Mama. My bottom for me. What's good, Mama? No.
Really, come on, baby.
No, what's the windshield? What's the windshield?
Unfortunately, this one is not going to come out
Windshield.
the way I want it to. I did purpose glass. It was a very easy process to paint its 2 pieces. And I was able to get most of the others out without even chipping them or breaking them any more than they already were. I actually still have the driver's side glass from Peterbilt. It's still good. It's got a little fogging to it, but it's legal. The suction cups are not going to stick to it at all. Okay, Lily, baby, you gotta move.
No.
You have to move.
No.
Baby, you have to move.
No.
Yes. I've got a giant piece of glass right here, baby. Kids, you know how it is. Why I've been scared of this job, guys. stuff. This is one I want to be careful with because I want to save this piece. It's in really good shape. For the new owner of purple or Peterbilt would appreciate to have an extra corner glass. A lot of people think you gotta be super gentle with glass. And you do to a certain extent, but the only thing holding it in is rubber. So you can get it past that rubber.
Mama. Mama. Mommy, Mama.
And it usually is okay. I used the screwdriver and I pried away right here, and that allows it to start popping out right here. So now it should, in theory, if I don't drop it, come out in one piece. So this is a good driver's side 362 corner glass. Alright, now so the big question with 362 is how rotten are they around the windshield? Because unlike Kenworth's, Peterbilts are all steel. They didn't use a lot of aluminum. I think some of this is aluminum, but the whole windshield frame, the roof cap, all of that is steel. So I know they're super bad about the bottom piece being rotted out. So on this truck, the bottom piece looks great. Yeah, it's got rust, but it's all surface rust. So before I put the windshield back in, I'll tape it off right here and I'll spray it back with some paint and try to seal it up a little bit. But as you can see up here, all of the silicone and stuff they were trying to hide and try to stop the leaks over the years is because the top is rotted out. Which that's weird that the top is rotted out. The bottom's usually where the water holds. So just one of those things. The good thing is you can see here, this lip is not rotted. Even the rotted part of this lip is still about the same height and the same thickness. So I should just be able to wire brush across that. I'll use some sealant across and I'll stick the new rubber in, and we should be good to go there. So, and this is another thing, the corner posts generally rot out really bad, which this one is down here at the bottom. And there goes the rubber. I'd like to get this rubber out in one piece in case somebody actually needed one and didn't want to put forth that much money to buy a brand new one. So let me go see what I can do here. Yeah, like I suspected, they put a nut on the backside on a piece of all thread and made this work in. So no problem, I can cut this off and I can do the same thing if I have to. So hold this window trim off. I'll get back at you. Alright guys, so I'm going to cut the head off of this. Makeshift hold down that I put on here. So that way I can save this piece of rubber in case, maybe somebody needs it up there. Well, maybe Steve from FFC might need it one of these days. It's still pretty rubbery. And of course, battery dies. New battery in tow. Battery died again. So I found some artifacts up in the windshield area between the windshield and the dash. So we got one goody comb, a petrified lizard, and we got two old school paper logbook rulers. This one is from Smoky Mountain Truck Stop, I-40, exit 37, Camden, North Carolina. I'll have to do some research on that and see when the Smoky Mountain Truck Stop shut down, because I don't think it's there anymore. So that'll kind of give an idea of, when this truck was passing through there, because this is in 1981, so, if it shut down in the 80s or if it shut down in the 90s, this truck's been there, obviously. And then there's just a plain old ruler for doing logbooks. All you new guys out there that run e-logs and have never run paper logbooks, you're like, what the hell you need a ruler for? But yeah, we use rulers for paper logbooks, and it's always cool when you're working on old trucks, you find stuff, pieces of history right here. So I just want to share that with you guys, and if I find anything else, I'll let you know. Alright guys, so the battery that doesn't die.
You did it!
Yep, got it. I'll end up having to do the same thing right here, and doing what I gotta do. So what happened was the threads rotted out of right here, out of this window frame there. These always rot out, so. And they stuck a piece of all thread through and put a bolt on either side, which might be what I have to do as well. But yeah, overall it's in a lot better shape than I was expecting it to be. I was really worried about the window frame being rotted out, because I could see that the rust was starting to bubble the paint a little bit. Come on, Peterbilt, y'all could have done better than this. This thing's like paper thin.
Oh,
Yeah, probably why it's missing on the other side, because it's paper thin and somebody broke it. Yeah. So that's probably about as far as I'll get today on it. I'm going to take a piece of plastic and I'm going to tape it up just in case. It's not supposed to rain until Saturday, but this is Georgia and the weather changes in about 2 minutes, so you never know. So I'll probably tape this up, get it wrapped up to where any moisture, animals, anything can't get inside, and try to get the new windshield in tomorrow before it rains on Saturday. And I've also got to go trucking on Saturday, so It's not even an option to work on the truck. So I'm gonna have to get it done tomorrow. But thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.